southbound Lakeshore, the right lane's blocked off at Reese for a drop-off zone. With your concert commute, I'm Jess Monday.
And David Augustine is our editor this hour. 6:80 news time at the top of the hour, 9 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. 680 News Radio, Toronto.
Good evening. It is Thursday, November 21st. I'm Mitch Burke.
And Christine Ritchie. Here's what's making news this hour.
Another night, another 50,000 Swifties packing Rogers Centre for Eras Night 4 as the history-making concert tour gets closer to the grand finale.
Cycling advocates are enraged all over again tonight on word that the Ford government has made surprise amendments to its Reducing Gridlock Act.
A $250 check to every working Canadian and a tax break on a variety of essentials from groceries to beer to toys and diapers. The Trudeau government unveils a new affordability package for the holiday season.
The Raptors and Minnesota Timberwolves are set for the second half at Scotiabank Arena, and action from around the NHL. Sports at 15.
680 News Time, 9:01.
Traffic and weather together on the ones now. Here's Asher Ruff.
Well, the drive, believe it or not, is improving out there, Mitch. The issue that we had on the eastbound 401 east of Keele in the collectors, it's cleared out of the southbound on-ramp lane, but the right lane is still blocked through there. Not really seeing a delay as a result of this problem. And then there was an issue on the southbound 400 approaching Langstaff. The collector lanes have now fully reopened in the area. Not seeing any residual backup. If you're on the westbound Gardner, watch for a stalled vehicle west of Jameson, but it is off to the right shoulder, so not affecting any live lanes. If you're on the northbound Huron, or you cannot use, I should say, the northbound Huron-Ontario ramp to the westbound 407, that is due to construction. There's also construction on the southbound 400 at Bayfield in the two left lanes, and also on the eastbound 401 at Guelph, or east of Guelph line. Two right lanes are blocked there. Expect delays towards Highway 25. Discover more value at your independent grocer with Fresh Promise. If their produce is not fresh, it's free. Shop now. Conditions apply. See in store for details. With the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
A few scattered showers possible this evening and overnight. We're not seeing the worst of the wet weather, but it's been a bit unsettled at times. And there is a slight chance of some wet flurries. That risk mainly remains outside the GTA, but a little bit is possible here as we move through this evening. Temperatures overnight will hover around 4 degrees. Heading into tomorrow, the winds picking up out of the north, highs near 8 and about 4 to 8 millimeters of rain. Tonight's low, +4.
Right now, sitting at 4 degrees, feeling like 1 with a partly cloudy sky. 680 News Time, 9:03.
Well, happening right now over at where else but Rogers Centre. Taylor Swift is back for night 4 of the Eras Tour presented by Rogers. 2 more shows left here in the 6 after tonight, then 3 more in Vancouver. Then it's curtains for the highest grossing concert tour in history. That has business owners with dollar signs in their eyes, as Swiftonomics is doing very good things for Toronto. New data released by Moneris shows that during the first 3 nights of Taylor's concerts, spending was up 57% week over week in all categories downtown. The categories with the biggest spending increase includes international transactions. That shot up a whopping 126%.
Clothing stores also saw a big boost with fans heading to malls and stores to put together their Eras Tour outfits, with spending going up 32% and 78% at accessory stores. For help getting around the Rogers Centre this evening, we have your concert commute traffic on the 9s until midnight.
680 News Radio, developing story.
Cyclists are once again protesting the Ford government's plan to rip up bike lanes. Over the supper hour, advocates raised 2 ghost bike memorials at Queen's Park, symbols of the lives lost while cycling on our roads. They're also reacting to some late-breaking news about potential changes coming to the legislation at the center of all of this. City News spoke with NDP MPP Jessica Bell, who gave us a preview of the changes being proposed.
It looks like the government is giving themselves the power to take out the bike lanes themselves. It looks like the government won't necessarily reimburse municipalities for all their costs. And before, they were very reluctant to say that they wanted to take out the entirety of the Bloor lane lane, the Bloor bike lane, but it does look like the government wants to take out the entirety of the Bloor bike lane, which is an absolute shame.
Now, the Toronto Star reports that the province is also moving to protect itself from lawsuits if anyone is injured or killed on streets where the bike lanes will be no more. City News is still working to independently verify the document. Earlier this week, the Premier disputed the Toronto City staff report that said it would cost $48 million to remove the lanes on Yonge University and Bloor. He called that hogwash without providing his own price tag.
680 News Time, 9:05. This just into 680 News Radio, where Toronto police are on scene in the area of Sunnycrest and Rockford Road, just west of Bathurst Street, for reports of a shooting. They responded to the call at around 8:30 this evening and found a man with gunshot wounds. He was sent to hospital with unknown injuries. Expect a heavy police presence in the area. There's no suspect information at the moment. Stay with 680 News Radio for the latest on this developing story.
December is likely the most expensive month for you, with holiday presents and extra food to buy. Now the Liberal government is planning to put a temporary pause on the GST to help you out with all that. On top of it, you could receive a check next year. The opposition is calling the move a trick to buy your vote.
The Prime Minister says he wants to give Canadians a break.
We know people are under pressure.
In a new affordability package, the feds plan to send a $250 rebate to more than 18.7 million working Canadians in the spring, as long as they made less than $150,000 net income last year. They're also slashing the GST and HST for 2 months beginning December 14th on a variety of goods.
All groceries, off of restaurants and takeout and fast food, off of toys, off of children's clothes.
But this requires legislation, and the House of Commons is currently stuck in a logjam over a privilege debate. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is offering to help with that.
To pause the privilege motion that's being debated for 1 day, get this bill passed in 1 day.
Conservatives call this a tax trick, saying the Liberals are responsible for the cost of living crisis and can't be trusted to deal with it. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Now, while the federal government is proposing to reduce its 5% portion of the GST, Ontario says it's not prepared to put a pause on its 8% share. Our Richard Southern has more from Queen's Park.
Yeah, the GST news out of the federal government was all the talk here at Queen's Park today. Finance Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy was asked by reporters, tongue-in-cheek, hey, when can we expect Ontario's tax holiday?
Well, we've already done a lot. We've moved early. We came up with the $200 rebate. But you know what the federal government can do? Is scrap the carbon tax.
At the same time today, Premier Ford offered up some new help for small businesses.
Another $2.5 billion through fee reductions and WSIB rebates.
He says for small businesses with fewer than 5 employees, it could mean a rebate of some $2,300. Opposition leader Marit Stiles' take on it all?
I think we can smell there's probably an election in the wind here.
Richard Southern, Queen's Park.
680 News Time, 9:08. You are with All News Radio. In the U.S., President-elect Donald Trump has named former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi as his new pick to be Attorney General, following the withdrawal of Matt Gaetz earlier today. Gaetz's withdrawal comes amid continued fallout over a federal sex trafficking investigation. They declined to file any charges against him, but he's also at the center of this ethics probe. U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania John Fetterman says Gaetz will not be the only Trump appointee to get this kind of attention.
Yes, he was the ultimate troll, and people have the opportunity. They can freak out over things and respond, and if you want to do that, you don't have to. You better pace yourself, though, because it's not even Thanksgiving.
Now, this all could heighten security on other controversial Trump nominees, including the Pentagon pick, Pete Hegseth, the former Fox News weekend anchor who faces sexual assault allegations that he denies. 680 News Time, 9:09.
The engine of this great city. Local 416 members across the city of Toronto show up each day to keep Toronto clean, moving, and safe. They care for our city's public spaces, buildings, fleet, and infrastructure, and provide the essential services residents and visitors depend on. Help us give City of Toronto workers the respect and recognition they need to continue to support us all. Join the conversation and learn more at local416.ca. That's local416.ca.
Now the gas price update, and Pro predicts that the price will not change at midnight. Should hold at $1.54.9 cents a liter at most GTA stations.
Are you ready for it?
Let us check the concert commute now with Jess Monday.
Thanks, Mitch. It is a very clear concert commute at the moment as the concert is currently happening. There is some road closures in place downtown, though. Bremner shut down from Spadina to Simcoe. Northbound Reese shut down from Lakeshore to Bremner. Blue Jays Way is closed from Spadina to south of Front Street. With the concert commute, I'm Jess Monday.
Do you feel like your debt is out of control? You make payments month after month, yet your debt grows larger and larger. I'm Mike Chanday, a licensed insolvency trustee. I can help you break the chains of debt and be debt-free. Book a free consultation at chanday.ca.
Debt problems go away when you visit chanday.ca.
Chanday, C-H-A-N-D-E.
Search Kings is saying out loud what many small business owners are thinking. What good is a digital plan and all of its buzzwords if it doesn't make the phones buzz at your business? Discover instead what thousands of Canadian business owners already know. The phone rings with Search Kings. And with Call Intelligence, evaluating, summarizing, and scoring every incoming call, you never have to say, I wonder what's working. You want to stand out where your customers are online? Switch to Search Kings.
A quick update to the story we brought you just a couple of moments ago. A shooting up in North York near Rockford Road and Sunnycrest Road. We're now told that the victim is in serious life-threatening condition. Still no word on any suspect information. We'll keep you up to date. Now let's check the drive around town. For that, here's Asher Roth.
This report is brought to you by TSC. So problems have cleared on the eastbound 401 east of Keele and the collectors. No more lanes blocked through there. There is construction on the eastbound 401 east of Guelph Line. The two right lanes are blocked. It's causing a delay towards Highway 25. Construction also has the right lane blocked on the northbound 400 past Teston. They're also closing the westbound Aurora Road ramp onto the northbound 400, southbound 400 south of Bayfield. Construction has the two left lanes blocked. A couple of stalled vehicles on the southbound DVP. First approaching York Mills. One is blocking the left lane, and then south of Lawrence, there's another stalled vehicle off to the right shoulder, and then another stalled vehicle westbound on the Gardner west of Jameson. This one is also off to the right shoulder. On city streets, a collision westbound on Lawrence has all lanes blocked from Corona Street to Dufferin, and Parkside is still closed both ways north of the Queensway. It's because of a sinkhole. Boost your omega-3 and save over 25% at TSC on Vita Tree Plus Vita Fish Oil. Today's showstopper at tsc.ca. Exciting offers every day. With a look at the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Cloudy with the chance of showers this evening and overnight. We're not seeing a lot of rain or steady rain necessarily. It is isolated and on off throughout tonight, but there's also the chance of a few wet flurries creeping into the GTA, mainly through the west end. So we're watching for that, but there's not a ton of accumulation expected. Rainier weather tomorrow, in fact, 4 to 8 millimeters, highs near 8 degrees, and a very gusty wind out of the north. Mostly cloudy with showers for Saturday morning and afternoon, highs near 8. Tonight's low, 4 degrees.
It is 4 degrees right now at Pearson. 680 News Time 9:13. Canadians are expected to spend more this holiday season. New data from JLL finds Canadians will increase their holiday budgets by 32%. But even though Canadians seem to be willing to spend more, the Canada Holiday Shopping Survey found 90% of holiday shoppers will still be searching for deals, and a changing trend this year. Nearly 3/4 of Canadians intend to do their shopping in person at malls and shopping centers, and still instead of doing all of it online. The most popular shopping period of the year in Canada is the week leading up to Black Friday, which falls on November 29th of this year. Headlines and sports coming up next.
Fall for Subaru by enjoying fall to the fullest. Think scarlet, burgundy, amber, crimson and copper, but never blue. Because with Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, fall is for thick, dark mud splats, terracotta mountain roads, radiant sunsets, kaleidoscopic leaf carpets, and the boldest of adventures. Avoid autumn blues and visit your local Subaru dealership to book a test drive today.
It's day 8 of your South African adventure. Majestic creatures all around you. No, it's Monday, and your alarm is as close as you're getting to those elephants. This Black Friday, make that dream reality with up to 70% off Exotica's extraordinary travel packages. Don't miss our biggest ever sale with never-before-seen prices. Book now at Exotica.com. Exotica with 2 C's.com. The adventure of a lifetime, one click away.
Toronto's trusted news. 680 News Radio.
It's 4 degrees, mostly cloudy right now at Pearson. Some rain later on tonight. Good evening to you. I'm Mitch Burke. Well, you know the drill by now. Rogers Centre is basking in Swift Mania for the 4th night. 2 more to go before Taylor heads out west for the grand finale of the Eras Tour. Cycling advocates say the Ford government's Bill 212 that will see bike lanes ripped out in portions of Toronto is worse than they first thought. The Toronto Star reports tonight the province is also moving to protect itself from lawsuits if cyclists are injured or killed on streets that used to have bike lanes. City News is working to independently verify the document of what the NDP is calling an 11-page amendment to the Fixing Gridlock Act. We're working on that. At 9:15, let's check sports now. Here is Randolph Fairbairn.
Thank you, Mitch. The Toronto Raptors are playing the Minnesota Timberwolves at Scotiabank Arena. Raptors and Timberwolves. About 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Minnesota leads at 68-65. Listen on 590 The Fan. Elsewhere, Pistons and Hornets in Charlotte. Charlotte up 107-102 late in the fourth. Jazz in San Antonio to take on the Spurs. 67-51 Jazz lead at the half. And the Magic are in LA to play the Lakers. That'll start at 10:30. NHL scoreboard. Colorado, Washington, Sportsnet East 2-1 Avalanche in the third. Utah and Boston on Sportsnet Ontario in the third period. Boston leads it 1-0. Maple Leafs back on the ice Sunday at Scotiabank Arena. They'll face the Utah Hockey Club. That's on Sportsnet Plus starting at 7. NFL in a battle of opposites in the AFC North. The first place Pittsburgh Steelers are in Cleveland taking on the last place Browns in the Thursday nighter. 7-3 Browns late in the second. MLB, Aaron Judge wins the American League MVP, his second. Shohei Ohtani gets the nod in the National League, his third. Sports at 15:45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
Hi, this is Valerie at Martin Daniel Interiors, speaking to you from our end-of-season clearance event. Our biggest sale of the year, the biggest since 2019. Our entire showroom is on sale. We've even opened our warehouse. Plus, get more savings on custom orders and holiday gift ideas in Valerie's Boutique. The end-of-season clearance event, our biggest sale in the last 4 years. Come visit us at Martin Daniel Interiors, Steeles east of Keele, and martindaniel-interiors.com.
You enjoy reliable mail delivery. Postal workers in Toronto and the GTA work hard every day to make that happen. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers asks for your support in our fight for fairness, no back-to-work legislation by our government, and a stronger public post office to meet the needs of your communities. Canada Post is a Crown corporation that does not use taxpayer money to operate. Find out how you can support us at cupw.ca. A message from CUPW Toronto Local.
680 News Time, 9:18. You are with All News Radio. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly is shaking hands and talking trade with top senators in Washington. She says despite President-elect Donald Trump's threats of tariffs, she's hearing from senators that Canada is aligned on key trade issues dealing with China.
Many senators I've met are clear that when it comes to Canada, the relationship on trade is very, very important. And also they notice what we're doing to make sure that we protect also our market based on national security grounds on any form of backdoor that China could have.
Canadian premiers have called on Ottawa to consider going it alone with the U.S. on a bilateral trade deal over concerns that China plans to use Mexico to circumvent tariffs. The International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for the Israeli Prime Minister, his former defense minister, and Hamas's military chief. As 680's Phil Martino tells us, Benjamin Netanyahu's office calls it absurd.
Would Justin Trudeau allow the Israeli Prime Minister and his former defense minister to be arrested if they came to Canada? That's what our PM was asked today. His response, it's really important that everyone abide by international law.
We stand up for international law.
Israel's Prime Minister, his former defense minister, and Hamas's military chief, Mohammed Deif, are accused of crimes against humanity in connection with the 13-month-long war in Gaza. ABC's Marcus Moore says Netanyahu's office has responded to the arrest warrants, calling the charges false.
It's highly unlikely that either of these men will be dragged to The Hague to stand trial, as the International Criminal Court has no enforcement ability.
As for Daif, Israel claims he was killed in one of its airstrikes, but that has never been confirmed by Hamas. I'm Phil Martino.
680 News Time, 9:19.
Are you ready for it?
See, there I go again. I almost said cottage. Got to get that out of my head. It is November. Concert commute time. Here's Just Monday.
And Scott. See, I'm down for cottage country. However, it is concert country time, I guess. That's the best way to put it. So yeah, it's concert commuter traffic for night 4 of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour presented by Rogers. It is a very clear drive on the eastbound Gardner coming into downtown. Slight delay at that long-term maintenance, but other than that, it's very clear. On city streets, there is closures around the Rogers Center. Bremner shut down from Spadina to Simcoe. Northbound Reese shut down from Lakeshore to Bremner. And Blue Jays Way is closed from Spadina to south of Front Street. With the concert commute, I'm Jess Monday.
Searching for that perfect bite? Markham's got you covered. Whether it's award-winning Asian cuisine, Michelin-recommended restaurants, or fresh, cozy local eats, every spot offers a unique flavor of this vibrant city. Markham is a food destination you don't want to miss. Gather your friends, bring your appetite, and get ready to indulge in a world of flavors. Your next unforgettable meal is waiting. Plan your Markham getaway at visitmarkham.ca.
Get early access to Black Friday prices now at The Brick. And on Friday, November 22nd, for one day only, we're releasing even more Black Friday deals. Get 65% off sofas when you buy the matching love seat or chair. Up to 30% off sectionals and recliners. Up to 30% off bedroom dining and home entertainment furniture. Plus, buy more, save more. Get up to an extra $300 off major kitchen appliances. Some exclusions apply. See in-store for details. The Brick, saving you more.
680 News Time, 9:21. Traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Asher Roth.
All right, thanks, Mitch. A new problem on the eastbound 401 east of the DVP in the express lanes. There is a stalled tractor trailer there blocking the right lane. It is not really affecting traffic flow. I'm not seeing any delays in the area. Just be careful as you make your way towards Warden and beyond into Scarborough. If you're traveling on the westbound Gardner, there is a stalled vehicle west of Jameson. It is off to the right shoulder, but for some reason, it is slowing traffic down, even though no live lanes are blocked. So we're seeing delays from Spadina into the long-term construction zone, and then it picks up again from Jameson to approaching Parkside. Those two stalled vehicles on the southbound DVP have cleared. The ones approaching York Mills and the other one south of Lawrence, both gone. Eastbound 401 at Guelph Line, 2 right lanes are blocked due to construction. Expect delays towards Highway 25. Westbound 401, they are closing the left lane past Avenue in the Collector, as well as the transfer to the Express at the Allen. And if you're on the northbound 400, the right lane's blocked north of Teston, and they're closing the ramp from westbound Aurora Road onto the northbound 400. On city streets, that collision has cleared at Lawrence and Dufferin. The westbound lanes have fully reopened, and Parkside Drive is still blocked both ways north of the Queensway because of a sinkhole. Interest rates are falling at Richmond Hill Toyota. Right now, finance a Toyota certified used vehicle for as low as 6.89%. See Richmond Hill Toyota for details. With the extended forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Some scattered showers on and off this evening and overnight. Winds are going to pick up through tomorrow out of the north, gusts nearing 50 kilometers per hour. A high of 8 degrees tomorrow, but with that gusty north wind and the rain we're expecting, it's going to feel a little cooler, certainly damp, 4 to 8 millimeters expected. For Saturday, showers in the morning and afternoon if you're headed to the Eras concert. You know, the evening looks okay, a bit misty and drizzly. Most of what we're expecting in terms of precipitation is earlier in the day on Saturday, highs near 8 degrees. Tonight's low, +4.
It's +4, indeed, right now at Pearson. 680 News Time, 9:23.
In Scarborough, there's this fire behind our eyes.
A passion in our bellies.
It's in the hearts of our neighbors.
The eyes of our nurses.
And the hands of our doctors.
It's what makes Scarborough, Scarborough.
In our hospitals, we do more than anyone thought possible, with less than anyone could imagine.
But it's time to imagine what we can do with more.
Join Scarborough Health Network, and together,
we can turn grit into greatness.
Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
Scott McGilver here with Dave, a contractor who's renovating a basement. Dave, how can I help?
Scott, my client's insisting that I use DMX1 Step 2.0 as underlayment for the basement floor. What's so special about it?
Smart client. DMX1 Step 2.0 is fast and easy to install, saving you time and money while creating a comfortable space for your clients.
What about leveling? That could be tricky.
Each roll comes with 10 shims, making leveling a breeze.
Wow, thanks, Scott.
No worries. DMX1 Step 2.0. No mold, no cold. Find it at the Home Depot and Rona.
U.S. President Joe Biden is facing questions over his decision to allow Ukraine to launch American-made long-range missiles on targets in Russia.
The White House was pushed on President Biden recently authorizing the use of U.S. long-range missiles by Ukraine into Russian territory. But Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre largely refused to get into any details about the decision, including why or when the president changed his mind.
The escalation at every turn, at every step, is coming from Russia. They're the ones who are escalating this. They're the ones who started this war. It is because of their aggression into a sovereign territory, Ukraine.
Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Your Market Minute is next.
It's the News Radio Sustainability Report with Richard Detman.
Powered by Enbridge Sustain.
With winter fast approaching, it's important to get the most out of your home so you're warm during the season. Let's look at some sustainable tips. Insulation. Insulation plays a pivotal role in regulating the temperature inside your house. In many houses, especially older ones, there are all kinds of cracks and holes that we can't see. These holes allow heat and cool air to easily escape, affecting the climate of your home and running up your energy bills. You'd be amazed at how much energy you can conserve and money you can save when you insulate your attic.
The News Radio Sustainability Report.
Powered by Enbridge Sustain.
For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on a featured SmartFlow system and get up to $3,000 in rebates. Terms and conditions apply. Go to EnbridgeSustainSmartFlow.com to learn more.
And now the Dynamic Funds Market Minute at 9:26. As for the TSX today, it closed up 354 points or 1.41%. The Canadian dollar holding steady at 71.6 cents U.S. Now with the latest from Wall Street, here's Bloomberg.
Apple now racing to develop a more conversational version of its 13-year-old Siri digital assistant, trying to catch up with OpenAI's ChatGPT and other voice services like Amazon's Alexa and Google Assistant. An unveiling expected next year, a rollout in 2026. The Justice Department asking a federal judge to split up Google, saying its search engine is a monopoly and it has to sell off its Chrome internet browser to end that stranglehold. That sent shares of Google's parent company Alphabet nearly 5% lower. But elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks erased some early losses, ending higher after Matt Gaetz, President-elect Trump's contentious pick for Attorney General, withdrew his nomination, and slumping shares of AI chipmaker NVIDIA ended higher. At the close, the Dow up 462 points, a 1% gain. The Nasdaq up 6, the S&P up 32. And existing home sales rose in October by the biggest increase since February, the first year-over-year gain in more than 3 years. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
At Easy Financial, we know that sometimes life can be hard to navigate, especially when it comes to your finances. So if you find yourself in a tight spot and you've been left hanging, Easy Financial is here to help with the money you need when you need it most. Now for a limited time, get 0% interest on the last 6 months of your new loan starting November 18th. Applying won't impact your credit score. Terms and conditions apply. Visit easyfinancial.com for details.
If it's a flat or a squeal, a wobble or peel, your tread's worn down or you need a new wheel, wherever you go, you can get a pro at Tread Experts.
From Toyo's Observe Winter Tires to the Celsius and Open Country lines of all-weather tires, Toyo has a cold-weather solution for you. Toyo Tires, making tires for your road. Find a Toyo Tread Experts dealer near you at treadexperts.ca/locations.
From tires to auto repair, we're always there. TreadExperts.ca.
Are you ready for it?
It is time for the concert commute, and here is Jess Monday.
Thanks, Mitch. Very clear drive getting downtown right now on the southbound DVP and on the eastbound Gardner. They are going to close those Spadina ramps off the Gardner and the ramps to Spadina in about 15 minutes. They're going to completely shut down until about 1 in the morning, so we'll get to that when it comes. However, right now we do have closures downtown. Bremner shut down from Spadina to Simcoe. Northbound Ree shut down from Lakeshore to Bremner. And Blue Jays Ways closed from Spadina to south of Front Street. Now, on city streets, Toronto police are in the area directing traffic where they can. It's not too bad right now, just foot traffic here and there as the concert is still going on at this moment. But there are taxis and other vehicles in the area, so definitely keep your eye out for some yellow vests if you are driving downtown right now and for flashing lights for these road closures. With the concert commute, I'm Jess Monday.
Thank you, Jess. 680 News Time, 9:30.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. 680 News Radio, Toronto.
Good evening. It's Thursday, November 21st. I'm Christine Ritchie.
I'm Mitch Burke. Here's what's making news right now.
Toronto police say a man suffered life-threatening injuries after a shooting in North York tonight. There are road closures west of Bathurst and Steeles.
Can you feel a change in the energy?
I'm lightning on my feet.
Taylor Swift kicks off her second round of concerts at Rogers Centre right now, and a new report shows she is boosting spending in a big way.
And if the federal Liberals get their way, you could be in store for a temporary GST tax break and a $250 rebate check.
As the Canada Post strike marks 1 week, those with passports stuck in the mail, they're now stuck at home.
Frankly, it worries me.
Raptors and Timberwolves are set for the fourth quarter at Scotiabank Arena, and the Browns and Steelers are playing in Cleveland. Sports at 45.
680 News Time, 9:31.
Time for traffic and weather. Together on the ones, here's Asher Roth.
This report brought to you by Toronto's Green P Parking. Eastbound on the 401, east of Guelph Line, construction as the 2 right lanes blocked. It's causing a delay, especially as you make your way from Appleby Line towards the Tremaine overpass. And then there's a stalled tractor trailer on the eastbound 401 approaching Victoria Park and the Express. MTO is now on scene. The right lane is blocked. It's just causing a slight slowdown. If you're traveling on the southbound 400, watch for construction past Bayfield in the 2 left lanes. Westbound on the Gardner, still have a stalled vehicle approaching Parkside. It is off to the right shoulder, but this is slowing traffic down from Spadina to approaching Parkside. So that's what's causing the delays to go a little longer beyond the long-term construction zone, which is usually where the slowdowns happen. If you're in Etobicoke, keep in mind Parkside Drive is still blocked both ways from Algonquin up to High Park Boulevard. That is because of a sinkhole that opened up yesterday during all that rain. Going to November's hottest events, visit greenp.com and park with special event rates downtown. Providing choice, ease, and speed, Green P Parking is for you. With the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
It's mostly cloudy with a few scattered showers this evening, and we have seen some on and off wet weather today. There is the chance of some mixing and very light flurries, mainly outside the GTA, but we'll keep an eye on things between Hamilton and parts of Halton Peel region as well. Tomorrow is cloudy, windy, and rainy. Again, 4 to 8 millimeters expected, a gusty north wind, highs near 8 degrees. Tonight's low, +4.
It is +4 right now at Pearson. 680 News Time, 9:33.
Breaking news from North York, where a man is fighting for his life in hospital after he was shot at around 8:30 this evening in the area of Bathurst and Steeles. Police responded to the area of Sunnycrest and Rockford Road, that's just west of Bathurst, for reports of a shooting. They found a man on scene with gunshot wounds. There's no suspect information available as of yet, and you can expect a heavy police presence in the area. As a result, Sunnycrest Road is closed at Rockford Road for the ongoing investigation.
And a very tragic update to bring you now. A 39-year-old mother of 3 has died in hospital nearly 2 months after she and her 4 family members were struck by a driver while crossing the road in Etobicoke. The woman, a 45-year-old man, and their 3 young children, among them an infant, were crossing Islington at Oral Avenue around 6 o'clock back on October 2nd when they were hit by the driver of a Toyota Corolla that was making a left-hand turn. The driver is 77 years old. In an update tonight, police say that the woman has been pronounced dead. Police did not say if the charges have been filed against the driver. They only say that the investigation is ongoing.
You're listening to All News Radio. It's 9:34. Happening right now at Rogers Centre. In the words of Tay herself,
In Toronto, we are so bad!
3 more nights of Taylor Swift shimmering in the 6. She's now on stage for night 4 of the Eras Tour presented by Rogers. And City News music reporter Lindsay Dunn has covered her fair share of concerts over the years. She weighs in on what it's been like to be in the middle of this cultural phenomenon.
Anywhere I looked around me, people were just full on bawling because they couldn't believe that they were seeing Taylor Swift. And I was overwhelmed just by the amount of love that I saw in this concert. I've never experienced this at any other show I've been at. I've been at countless benefit concerts. People were just so excited to be there. They were excited to meet fellow Swifties, talk about their favorite songs, and share friendship bracelets. I've never seen anything like it. I understand the Swift fandom a little bit more after going to the show, but the overall production was phenomenal. You can tell a lot of money was put into this to make sure that every single fan, no matter how much or how little they spent, would have a great night at the concerts. And I can tell you for sure, for night 4, fans are going to have just as great as night as they may have saw on night 1. But it's been overwhelmingly positive.
And the payment provider Moneris reports that spending downtown jumped by 57% over week by week across all categories. International spending more than doubled, and those sit-down restaurant sales remain stable. The Swifties seem to prefer the grab-and-go. Sales at snack shops were up 61%.
680 News Time 9:35. Perhaps you were one of the lucky Swifties to score a ticket right in the nick of time. Or maybe you are one of the 251 unlucky recipients of a bylaw ticket around Rogers Centre over the first 3 concert nights. As City's Alan Carter explains, nearly 100 of those were issued to operators of commercial parking lots.
Toronto bylaw officers have been handing out tickets for infractions during Taylor Swift concert nights. And for drivers looking for a spot to park, keep an eye out for posted signs with the price.
They need to post the times and the prices that they're charging. And what's happening is some of these operators are taking the opportunity to increase the prices in excess of what's posted.
The city also handed out fines to taxi drivers and rideshare drivers for various offenses, like not displaying their company name. And with big crowds in the downtown core, others like food truck operators, peddlers, and buskers also found themselves with tickets.
Count on getting caught if you are gouging.
The biggest bylaw fine handed out last weekend was $1,000 given to a rideshare driver for trying to solicit customers outside of their vehicle.
Some relief to your pocketbook this holiday season, and then a little more when the credit card bill arrives. Canadians who worked in 2023 and earned less than $150,000 are in line to see $250 checks mailed out in the spring. And for the 2 months starting in mid-December, everyday essentials from prepared food to drinks, kids' toys to Christmas trees will see a tax decrease. And with some opposition parties slamming the move as a bribe and the NDP wondering where this was ages ago, Catalina Gillies is looking into whether the promises go far enough for those struggling to get by.
The tax break will come with a big price tag, costing the government around $6.3 billion.
The policy doesn't make a lot of sense because once all those taxes are put back up in February, people might be even more angry than they were before. It'll almost be like a slingshot effect.
Meanwhile, Restaurants Canada says the tax cut is a big win for the restaurant industry, citing that 53% of restaurant companies are operating at a loss or just breaking even, up from 12% pre-pandemic. Local food banks are also welcoming this news as the demand continues to climb, but at the same time say it doesn't address the root causes of food insecurity. The Daily Bread Food Bank says this is the worst year they've seen in their 40-plus year history.
The thing is, it doesn't have to be like this. There are government interventions that could be in play that aren't yet.
In Toronto, Catalina Gillies, City News.
680 News Time 9:38. If you have a new driver's license or health card currently stuck in the mail, at least there's a workaround with that. But passports can be a whole other thing. City's David Zura on what the now week-long postal strike means for those getting ready to travel.
Ryan Dion lives in Winnipeg. He says he was planning a road trip to the U.S. down to Texas, but tells us his passport never came, and it remains unclear where it is now. Adding because his travel date had already lapsed and he didn't have a plane ticket, Passport Canada appeared unsure how to proceed with his case.
Frankly, it worries me because, that lack of contingency when it first came up, I wasn't able to actually go and do what I wanted to do. And it's my understanding that, we have a right to leave Canada whenever we like, so long as we have a passport.
Now, we did reach a spokesperson for Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, in writing telling us to continue to expect delays, adding applicants who applied by mail and require a passport urgently may contact the call center or visit a passport office in person. In Hamilton, David Zura, City News.
A check on your gas prices up next, 680 News Time 9:39.
Are you living with joint pain associated with osteoarthritis? Genicol Anti-Inflammatory Plus Piperin can help provide relief. Featuring a blend of turmeric, curcumin, bioperin, and aminolol collagen created with Genicol's patented technology. Turmeric is traditionally used in herbal medicine as an anti-inflammatory to help relieve joint pain. Save $4 at anti-inflammatory.genicol.ca to try it and feel the difference. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Genicol makes me feel so good.
Now, the 680 News Radio gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will not change at midnight, holding at $1.54.9 a litre at most GTA stations.
Are you ready for it?
Now, with the concert commute, here's Jess Monday.
Thanks, Christine. It is currently a very clear drive heading downtown. Around the Rogers Center, there is a few closures on city streets. Bremner shut down from Spadina to Simcoe, and northbound Reese closed from Lakeshore to Bremner. Blue Jays Way is closed from Spadina to south of Front Street. With the concert commute, I'm Jess Monday.
Abbey Road Studios has them, and now you can have them too. I'm talking about Bowers & Wilkins speakers.
And I'm talking about Bay Blue Radio, where we're celebrating Black Friday with 30% off on Bowers & Wilkins 600 series speakers. It's a classic case of the best deal in town.
Our Black Friday sale is happening now, and if you miss it, you miss it.
There's only one Bay Bluer Radio, the right sound for the right price.
Experience the magic of the holiday season at the Distillery Winter Village, on now until January 5th at the Distillery District. Stroll cobblestone streets under a canopy of lights, enjoy your favorite festive flavors, see Santa, and take in the stunning 55-foot-tall Christmas tree. It's the picture-perfect place to capture your best holiday memories. The Distillery Winter Village, open daily. For tickets and event details, visit thedistillerywintervillage.com.
680 News Time at 9:41 to the traffic center. Asher Roth.
This report for Honda. So if you're traveling on the eastbound 401, first there's construction east of Guelph Line in the two right lanes. It is causing delays. And then watch for a stalled tractor trailer approaching Victoria Park in the Express. The right lane is blocked. It's not really causing a backup. Westbound on the 401 past Bayview in the Express. Crews are taking out the two left lanes for construction. Doesn't look like it's in place yet. And then at Avenue in the Collectors, the left lane is blocked and they've closed the transfer to the Express near the Allen. Northbound 400, north of Highway 7 in the Express. Crews are taking out the two left lanes. The right lane's already blocked at Teston. And the westbound Aurora ramp onto the northbound 400 is also closed. Southbound 400 at Bayfield, two left lanes are blocked. South of King Road, the right lane's blocked. And we're now learning they're closing the Rutherford ramps onto the southbound 400. Westbound Gardner, west of Jameson, watch for a stalled vehicle. It is off to the right shoulder, but it is adding to the typical delays that usually go from Spadina into the long-term construction zone. So instead it's slow from Spadina to approaching Parkside as you make your way towards Etobicoke. And on city streets, looks like Parkside Drive is still closed both ways north of the Queensway because of sinkhole repairs. If you have a visual of this and can update us, it is a free call at star 680. Bring home performance and power with the new CR-V. Lease all 2025 models from 2.99% up to 28 months. Visit HondaOntario.com. With the forecast, forecast. Denise Andriachi.
Mostly cloudy with scattered showers this evening and overnight. We're right back into the active weather tomorrow. It's cloudy, windy, and rainy. 4 to 8 millimeters expected, and a gusty north wind. So 8 degrees. Probably feeling a little cooler tomorrow. Make sure that you've got rain gear and some warm layers. Cloudy with some showers for Saturday morning and afternoon as we just continue to be stuck in this wet weather pattern here in the GTA. You know, not copious amounts of rain or heavy downpours necessarily, but certainly unsettled for the next few days. Tonight's low, 4 degrees.
And right now we are sitting at 4 degrees, feeling like one with a partly cloudy sky. And still to come on 680 News, the Prime Minister isn't ruling out removing Mexico from our North American free trade deal, but would rather keep that country in. That story, your headlines and sports all up next. 680 News Time, 9:44.
Beat the crowds during Linen Chest's amazing pre-Black Friday sale. Rest assured, these prices will not go lower for Black Friday. Save up to 75% on down alternative duvets for only $39.95, all sizes. Half price on Swiss Mar reversible raclette sets, only $79.99. And save an incredible 80% on Royal Dalton 16-piece dinnerware sets for only $89.95. Hurry into Linen Chest during their crazy pre-Black Friday sale.
We have a plan that's connecting Ontario. We're leading the largest transit expansion in North America. New projects like the Ontario Line subway and Hazel McCallion Light Rail will relieve overcrowding, with the Scarborough and Yonge North subways connecting more communities, and expanding GO Transit with more trips, faster train service, and two-way all-day service. Also, you can get around faster, safer, easier. See what we're building in your community at ontario.ca/builds. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Toronto's trusted news. 680 News Radio.
Hey, it's 4 degrees, feeling like one and partly cloudy. Good evening, I'm Christine Ritchie. Here are the top stories this hour. Well, Toronto police say a shooting in North York left a man with life-threatening injuries. It happened at around 8:30 tonight, just west of Bathurst and Steeles. There are road closures in the area. No word on suspects. And some 50,000 glittery Swifties have packed into Rogers Centre tonight for Taylor Swift's number 4 of 6 concerts. And with all that energy comes some big spending. A new report shows the Eras Tour saw cash register receipts jump by more than 57% for things like clothing and snacks, and 126% in international transactions. And Canadians could get a break in their spending during the holiday season, with the Trudeau government proposing to put a pause on the GST in mid-December for 2 months. And if you earned less than $150K last year, the feds want to send you a $250 check in the spring. The proposed legislation has yet to be passed. 680 News Time, 9:46. Now, time for sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Randolph Fairbairn.
Thank you, Christine. The Toronto Raptors are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves at Scotiabank Arena. Scotty Barnes back in the lineup after his injury. He's on limited minutes, 8 points, 5 assists so far. Raptors and Timberwolves are midway through the fourth. Raps and Wolves 90-88. Mini leads that one. Listen on 590 The Fan. Elsewhere, Pistons and Hornets playing in Charlotte. It's in OT late. Hornets leading at 121-118. NHL scoreboard just finished. Utah and Boston on Sportsnet Ontario. 1-0 Bruins the final. Late in the third, Colorado and Washington on Sportsnet East. 2-1 Avalanche. New York Rangers and Calgary on Sportsnet 1 taking on the Flames. 1-0 Flames. Minnesota in Edmonton. That's on Sportsnet West. Leon Draisaitl for the Oilers. Matt Boldy for the Wild. They're tied at 1 apiece. Maple Leafs back on the ice Sunday at Scotiabank Arena when they'll face the Utah Hockey Club. Watch that on Sportsnet Plus starting at 7. NFL in a battle of teams going in opposite directions in the AFC North. It's the Steelers in Cleveland taking on the Browns early third. 10-3 Cleveland. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
Hi, this is Greg Carrasco from Oakville Nissan, and the sexiest deal in the city is back. Right now, you can get a Nissan Kicks Play for only $7 a day with $29.95 down. On top of that, we will include a ceramic coat on your paint so you can make it look even sexier. There is something happening here at OakvilleNissan.com.
Hi, Alan Marion from Marion Pianos, announcing our largest holiday clearance sale ever. Every piano is reduced to clear. Choose from over 300 open box premium digital and acoustic pianos, all certified and warranted, starting from just $295. And brand new baby grands from just $89.95. Merriam's Holiday Clearance Sale, Canada's largest selection, on now at all Merriam and Robert Lowry locations.
680 News Time 9:49. The Prime Minister isn't ruling out the option of removing Mexico from our North American free trade deal, but says his first choice is to keep the trilateral relationship in place. Justin Trudeau says there are serious concerns about Chinese investments in Mexico, and those will have to be seriously addressed moving forward.
We're leaving all doors open because my job is and always will be, to stand up for Canadian workers, to stand up for the Canadian economy, to stand up for Canadian interests.
The current trade deal, USMCA, is up for review in 2026, and that could lead to renegotiations. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has been calling for Canada and the U.S. to cut Mexico out and says he has the support of all other premiers. A court hearing is scheduled for Monday in Los Angeles, where the Menendez brothers will make the argument that they should go free. They killed their parents in a high-profile case in 1989.
It's not clear yet how consequential Monday's hearing will be in the Menendez brothers' attempt to get out of prison or be given a new trial, claiming there is new evidence. But with interest in the case high, the LA County Superior Court announcing there will be a lottery on Monday morning outside of the Van Nuys Courthouse for 16 public seats inside of the hearing. Those members of the public who win the lottery will have to wear badges in the courthouse and cannot transfer their seat to anyone else. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Are you ready for it? Now with the concert commute, here's Jess Monday.
Thanks, Christine. They have shut down completely the ramps to Spadina off the Gardiner. So both eastbound and westbound Gardiner ramps to Spadina are completely closed until 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some other road closures in the downtown core are Bremner shut down both ways between Spadina to Simcoe, northbound Rees closed from Lakeshore to Bremner, and Blue Jays Way is closed from Spadina to south of Front Street. With the concert commute, I'm Jess Monday.
Once upon a time, a happy couple built a custom home and lived happily ever after.
Wait, stop. They could be eligible for a tax-free government rebate of up to $24,000. If you've built a custom home in the last 2 years, Access Rebates can help you access government rebates regardless of your income or property value. Access Rebates has a 99% approval rate, and you don't pay until after your rebate arrives.
Now that's happily ever after.
Visit accessrebates.ca.
Thinking of replacing the doors in your home? Hi, I'm Bernard Rukiki of Inline Fiberglass Windows and Doors. Look up our all fiberglass door systems. They're specifically engineered with minimal frames and maximum glass to bring the light and beauty of the outside world into your home. And every inline fiberglass door is paired with a standard multi-point locking system. Our expert team will handle the installation with ease, and you'll be enjoying your beautiful new door in no time. Schedule your free appointment or visit inlinefiberglass.com.
680 News Time 9:51, heading into the angry hour. Here's Asher Roth.
Yes, we are. And seeing as it's a lot drier than it was last night, I think we're actually going to get an angry hour in earnest, but we shall see. This report brought to you by Loblaws. New problem northbound on the 400, right by Essa. The two left lanes are blocked because of a collision. It is causing a delay as you approach Essa. Also, there's a stalled vehicle on the northbound 400 just north of the 401. The right lane is blocked. MTO is on scene. It is not really causing a delay. There's 5 other lanes you can use through there. Eastbound on the 401 at Guelph Line, the 2 right lanes are blocked due to construction. And then there's a stalled vehicle approaching Victoria Park in the Express. The right lane is blocked there. Again, MTO is on the scene. Westbound 401 at Bayview in the Express. They're taking out the 2 left lanes. Still not seeing a significant backup through here, so it looks like they're still in the process of setting it up. The Rutherford ramps to the southbound 400 are shut down for construction. Westbound on the Gardiner, you heard Jess mention it, they've closed the ramp to Spadina. It's to prepare for the rush of people leaving the Taylor Swift concert in just over an hour. They've also closed the eastbound Gardiner ramp to Spadina. And on the westbound Gardiner, there's still a stalled vehicle approaching Parkside off to the right shoulder, and it is still causing causing a backup from west of Spadina off and on. Discover more value than ever at Loblaws, like Price Drop. They lower prices every 4 weeks so you can save more. Shop in store or online today. With the forecast, Denise Andriachi.
Some scattered showers on and off this evening and overnight. Winds are going to pick up through tomorrow out of the north, gusts nearing 50 kilometers per hour. A high of 8 degrees tomorrow, but with that gusty north wind and the rain we're expecting, it's going to feel a little cooler. For Saturday, showers in the morning and afternoon if you're headed to the Eras concert. You know, the evening looks okay, a bit misty and drizzly. Most of what we're expecting in terms of precipitation is earlier in the day on Saturday, highs near 8 degrees. Cloudy with sunny breaks and near 7 for Sunday, but chance of showers late Sunday night. Tonight's low, +4.
Right now, sitting at 4 degrees, feeling like one with an overcast sky.
How do you, Subway holiday lover?
I'm dreaming of a turkey sub.
Well, hold on to your chestnuts for Subway's new festive faves meal. A 6-inch turkey sub with cranberry Dijon, crispy potato rings, and 2 red velvet cookies.
Ooh, jingle my bells.
No thank you, but all this delicious and fixins for just $8.99.
Yum. Maybe some sugar plums.
No idea what that is. The new festive faves meal. A merry $8.99. Only at Subway. At participating Canadian restaurants. Extras edition. Terms and conditions apply.
By the fireplace.
Winters in Toronto.
We have seen it all.
When extreme weather comes our way, the 680 News Radio Extreme Weather Center jumps into action, providing details on the storm,
Road conditions, cancellations, and how to keep you and your family safe.
When you need to know this winter, it's the 680 News Radio Extreme Weather Center, brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers.
On your radio, smart speaker, and the all-new Seeker app.
680 News Radio, Toronto.
680 News Time, 9:55. A mock funeral procession took place outside of Queen's Park this afternoon to mark what could be the end of the line for employees at the Ontario Science Centre. City's Mark McAllister joins us with more.
A slow march of Ontario Science Centre workers to Queen's Park, each dressed in black, holding signs with messages mourning the landmark's loss.
Our hearts are broken. Like for me personally, I've been there for 25 years. I moved from Switzerland to Canada, and the Science Centre is the only place I ever applied for jobs.
Employees needed to be out on October 31st, after the Ford government announced the facility's immediate closure in June. Union leaders representing the hundreds of employees say cleaning staff have been let go. But they don't believe these latest steps spell the end for the location on Don Mills Road. We did ask to speak with Infrastructure Minister King Asurma about the matter and to get an update on plans for the future of the Science Centre, and we're told that she wasn't available. Mark McAllister, City News.
Up next, your business report and the concert commute.
Oh, Maya. She loves being cool. 21 degrees is her favorite number. God, she's the coolest, especially at night. So I raised the temp at 10 p.m. because she gets chilly when she sleeps. Maya loves using less energy, and I love Maya. We're basically besties.
With SmartFlow from Enbridge Sustain, you won't have to think about your HVAC, but it will always be thinking of you. With smart controls and zero upfront costs. Visit EnbridgeSustainSmartFlow.com to learn more.
Toronto, your perfect steak awaits. This December, Chop Steakhouse and Bar opens at 181 University Avenue. Enjoy steaks seared to perfection, handcrafted cocktails, and fresh seafood in a modern, vibrant setting. Whether it's a dinner out, happy hour, or late-night cravings, Chop is your new favorite dining destination. Visit chop.ca to view our menu and learn more about downtown Toronto's newest, hottest steakhouse. Chop Steakhouse and Bar, opening soon.
Now, the Dynamic Funds Market Minute. The TSX closed up 354 points, or 1.41%. The Canadian dollar sitting at 71.60 cents U.S. Now, with the latest from Wall Street, here's Bloomberg.
Existing home sales rose by nearly 3.5% in October, the biggest jump since February, and the first year-over-year gain in more than 3 years as buyers took advantage of a brief pre-election dip in mortgage rates. The median sale price up 4% from a year ago to just over $407,000 nationwide. On Wall Street today, stocks erased some early losses after shares of AI chipmaker NVIDIA turned positive, and Bitcoin inched closer to a $100,000 valuation. At the close, the Dow was 1% higher, up 462. The Nasdaq added just 6, held back by slumping shares of Alphabet after the Justice Department proposed the company has to split up, calling its Google search engine a monopoly. The S&P added 32. Shares of TurboTax and QuickBooks maker Intuit lower in late trading after giving a sales and profit outlook short of Wall Street forecasts. And just in time for the holidays, Pepsi Zero Sugar Gingerbread on store shelves December 4th. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, nearly 100,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year, we added a record of over 18,000 new nurses with another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' education and breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. Learn more at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
At Newboro, we develop unique plans so people can unlock the equity in their home. Unique like this one. It's called the Jacksons Plan. Christopher and Gabrielle's son is off to school to play soccer and study engineering. Go Quinton. They were juggling the cost of school, their current debts, and needed a specialized plan of attack. So now, while others only dream about goals, Quinton can score them. Reach out today. We'll work side by side to unlock the equity in your home.
Use your home to get a loan with Newboro.
License 13115.
Are you ready for it?
Now with a concert commute, here's Jess Monday.
Thanks, Christine. Currently, both the eastbound and westbound Gardner ramps to Spadina are completely closed until